In other news, there's been, of course, a lot of focus lately on gay marriage in America, with President Obama coming out in support of it in the last few weeks.
Many states, of course, still don't allow it, and with different laws in different states regarding same-sex unions, we wondered, does that make a breakup awfully more complicated than traditional splits? Well, so we had to call Miles Mason. He is a family law attorney. I can only imagine if you marry in a state that allows gay marriage and then you move and your union comes apart, what do you do?
It's a great question. No one knows right now. It's a state-by-state issue, and when you get married in a state that allows the marriage, there are certain state benefits that are going to come with it, like many states that have taxation, state income tax. Well, there may be certain state breaks that are available in that state as opposed to another state that doesn't allow gay marriage.
Right.
Now, Miles, maybe in some states where gay marriage is not legally recognized right through here and now, what do you recommend some of these couples do? Should you approach it almost like a will, that you have some type of document drawn up and say, I'm going to give this to Mary Beth, I'm going to give this to Miles, or whatever, or what do you think you should do?
You can do a prenuptial agreement. Even if there's not going to be a marriage, it's the same concept, because you're going to own real estate together, you're going to have joint bank accounts, you're going to have support, and maybe you have one party of the couple that's staying at home taking care of things, and another person that is out being the breadwinner. So you're going to have to deal with potentially alimony.
Right.
The biggest issues that are out there: health insurance, taxation. The will, yes, you can go ahead and draft your own will the whatever way you want it. And there are a lot of other ways to handle the contractual opportunities and problems. But at the end of the day, the question is, what are you going to do if there's a breakup? And just like with regular couples, people don't want to deal with those eventualities
But if
early
you do
on.
have a prenup that's a legally binding document in state A that recognizes gay marriage, and you move to state B that doesn't, isn't that document still legally binding? So that seems like a way to cover yourself.
It would be an interesting argument to challenge it, but it's still a contract, and probably within the prenuptial agreement, a smart lawyer who would be drafting that would deal with that possibility.
Gotcha.
Now, Miles, a lot of people watching us this morning may be saying, why are they talking about this? But kind of paint a picture for us. Is this kind of hitting close to home in a lot of states, whether it's Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas, just to name a few?
Absolutely. The big thing that's been evolving that hasn't gotten a lot of attention is the fact that many of the nation's leading corporations are now allowing for health insurance for a live-in other significant other, whether it be boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever.
Right.
And that's the biggest development, because now you don't necessarily need the protection of law, and health insurance is the biggie for spouses, to be able to be insured through the spouse. So that's one issue. It's here. It's here. It's just not called that, because a marriage triggers a whole bunch of other rights within state law. But the most important is health insurance, ability to own property together, the joint bank account situation, figuring all that, as well as alimony.
If you have a living will, let's say when you're talking about health, in a case that someone has a situation where they can't make medical decisions, is a living will a document that would grant legal rights?
Absolutely. I mean, you could have the decision-making authority for me if I designate you as such in a living will.
Regardless of whether we're in a state that. And what about children? If you have children in the family?
Oh, well, that is going to be the future is now. Assisted reproductive technology is driving lawyers and judges crazy all over the country on a day-to-day basis. When a couple decide to use genetic material to create a child in many, many different permutations, whether it be sperm donor, egg donor, another person carrying a child that's not there, the permutations are infinite, and the states are really, really struggling with it, and it's a tremendously developing area of law. A lot of work being done at the national level through the American Bar Association, trying to pave the way in such a manner that makes sense for everyone.
Sounds like this will be a discussion a lot of people will be having from here on out, I take it.
Yes.
And it sounds like if you're considering law school, specialize in this area.
That's it. Miles, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And there's the information regarding Miles Mason right there on the screen. His phone number as well. Give him a buzz if you have a question.
All right.